What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today is a debut. Still getting debuts all this time later. This is Selaco. We are listening to the main theme, followed by Lockdown. Those are some scary words. From the channel, Selaco. This is their official channel. I've never heard of this game. I know nothing. And that's a lot of fun not knowing anything. So probably some kind of sci-fi shooter, just if I had to guess. This is requested by Darton, and let's get into it. First time ever hearing about this game, and there's also no other request for this game. So tell me your experience with Selaco. This is the main theme. What better way to debut? Let's go. Characters built into the title. Dubstep inspired, but not dubstep. The snare is very dubstep though. I like the little, what is that knob called? It's like the equivalent to a whammy bar on a guitar. The pitch shifter? The pitch bend wheel or the bender? Pitch bend. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, this is definitely inspired from the days of dubstep, which is cool. I don't mind it at all. They got overplayed a lot in the 2010s, but it's still a cool genre in seldom amounts. Especially like this kind of like melodic version. Oh, this reminds me of stuff I used to hear when I was in high school, or right out of high school. Let me think of the song. I like these long notes. Trying to remember the name. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Damn. Oh, even the little ding, ding. It really reminds me of a song I used to sleep to. I'm not gonna look up anything. I just want to see what console and when did it release, and then I'll read it later. Main theme, huh? It is cool. It's anything can be made cool with melodic structure, you know? Excuse me. Oh, jeez. Hey, look, it's recommending me my own channel. Thanks, YouTube. So, right when I pulled it up, Altered Orbit Studios. Single player, action FPS. Oh, FPS, okay. There's no, like, official wiki page for it. But it's... I think it released in 2024? It's not too easy to find a lot of info for it. GZ Doom engine, Half-Life and Doom inspired. 2024 was when it was released. The game is notable for the impressive technical acts it is able to pull off, such as extensive particle physics and advanced enemy AI on what is essentially an updated source port of the more than 30-year-old Doom engine. Okay. So, an FPS adventure game. Okay. Well, really, this really just I get a composer. But does it say right here? It might say. Main theme is part of the original soundtrack for Selaco, composed by Lawrence Steele, otherwise known as Satsuma Audio. Okay, cool. Really, what this did for me was just it brought me back to right out of high school. You know, I was like 19 years old, something like that. But no, 18, because I finished at 17. So at 18, there was this. I've told this story a couple times before, but I'll tell it again. But it's just exactly what I got from this. So I'll keep it brief. I remember like it was yesterday. I had a friend named Joe, and he came by one day with like a burnt CD of it said like UK. It was written in Sharpie. It was like UK dubstep on it. I was like, what the hell is that? You know? And it was someone. If anyone always brings music to the, you know, to the function or to the table, I'm just like, what is that? You know, I'm curious about that. I've always been curious about music. And I hear this like boom, 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 boom. And the beat sounded like nothing because at that time, the dubstep beat wasn't really like known. You know, just that dun, 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 just that big hit and the big like danceability of it. But it's like kind of headbangy at the same time. Of course, I learned, you know, dub was like, it was like the reggae dub with like electronic beats, and that was kind of like the whole thing. And then it morphed into what we know now is like the Skrillex and the, you know, every trailer in 2013 just used it everywhere. And, you know, now if you think about it, dubstep has been kind of out of the spotlight for about a decade. You know, it's kind of crazy to think about. It feels like it was just yesterday. But, you know, it's at that age now where it's going to, like, slowly make a resurgence again and be cool again and all that, just like how stuff happens. But anyways, one of the songs that I gravitated towards when I was hearing it back, because I heard it for like a year straight, all the time, before Skrillex was even like, I think he was still in his normal band at this time. This was 2009, so yeah. The song is called Rock Bottom, and it reminds me of this. It's I'm not sure if it's a group or if it's just two DJs, but it's Caspa and Rusko, and the song is called Rock Bottom. I don't know if there's like a newer upload of it, but you'll see like a black and gray hallway as a thumbnail. And that used to be like my sleep song for a long time. It's like this. It's like a melodic, slow dubstep thing, and the little hi-hats, I think, that were in this song reminded me of the that was in Rock Bottom. So it basically just brought me back to that. But the fact that this is an FPS, I don't know. It seems intriguing. Probably not something I would play personally. I don't really. I kind of like grew out of FPSs a long time ago. But even then, they were never really like my thing. Despite, it's funny enough, actually, the way I would always like hang out with Joe would be like gatherings where we would just play like Call of Duty and Halo and stuff like that. You know how friends' houses were. So that was like my only experience. So it's actually kind of funny hearing a first-person shooter game with dubstep, because it's really just like bringing it all together. And like the mom bringing us lunch and all that. Hell yeah. But that was cool. It sounded really, really good. It reminded me of some stuff I've heard from Arc Knights. I'm not sure if this is mobile or anything. I think it might just be PC. There's a Steam-powered link on their website here. But I didn't get the synopsis or anything. But let's just move on. That's the main theme. It's interesting. This is Lockdown, a word we're all familiar with 5 years ago. This is Lockdown from Selaco. Looks very futuristic. All the buildings look crisp and clean. Lots of blues and grays. Try to find some more info on it. Build up. Nice. So yeah, this is what I thought it was going to be. It was going to be like an electronic soundtrack, not a dubstep soundtrack. The game follows Don Collins, a security officer in the Allied Coalition for Expansion Security, otherwise known as ACES. Underground Martian colony of Selaco, founded after the collapse of Earth from a chain of disasters known as the Fall. While Dawn is in the hospital for an injured leg, mysterious soldiers attack the colony, forcing Dawn to don her battle gear and fight for her life against the invasion. Those. Ooh, yeah, dude. I'm liking this soundtrack is gonna have a bunch of these little high melodies, isn't it? That's reminiscent of like PS1 to me. Or just older like games. You might know what I'm gonna say here. Think of a game that I mention all the time that has drum and bass and the high-pitched melodies. And what it's reminding me of. Starts with A, ends with escape. This sounds like some of my favorite soundtracks. Yeah, it's got like personalities. Like it's speaking. There's phrasing. It's not just chord, and ooh. Equalizer. This is good. This is good. And I bet you it's like unheard, you know? This is a fly on the wall. I'm glad this is being shared so other people can hear it. Because if you played this game and you heard the soundtrack, you would want to share it with people. We got 3 melodies happening. Dun, dun, dun. Well, chords, and then the main melody, and then we have the little do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't think that's a guitar. I think that's a keyboard meant to sound like a guitar. You know what I mean? Like a pad that sounds like an electric guitar, and it sounds pretty close. That's a guitar. Big difference. What a vibe. And this is a first-person shooter? Ooh, the ending was sick. It just ends like that. Damn, it ends with that. So my question is, well, I have a lot, but I'm basically just wondering if this song is like a vibe the whole time and you hear stuff like this, or is it just kind of like you walk around, ambient music is playing, and then horde of enemies music kicks in, you know? I don't really have a whole lot to say. I just really enjoyed the music, honestly. There's not much to decipher here. I just think this is... I'm just going to go ahead and say this is probably a really underrated soundtrack that probably not too many people know about. And the only reason I'm saying that is because... and I mean this with the utmost respect and no anything, just my observation as someone who's seen a lot of stuff. This looks like it was on a budget and probably made with like friends kind of thing. And again, I don't mean that in any wrong way. For example, like the art is really, really good, but it's also kind of like telling me like, oh, maybe it's just like a friend that someone like the developer knew or something like that. I hope this makes sense and doesn't come off as weird. And like a passion project between friends or a small group of people, that kind of thing. I also got the same feeling when I heard Viscera Fest, right? I was like a small team, and I kind of got that same feeling too. I just have a feeling that if you heard of this game, it was either like on some Steam sale or word of mouth. This game could be super popular for all I know. But I'm kind of basing it, it's a little shallow, but I'm kind of basing it off of it not having a Wikipedia page, which really doesn't mean anything. But I'm just so used to it, you know what I mean? Like, a game is probably going to have a Wikipedia page. Not that it's like the end-all be-all, but I had to find like some obscure forums just to like read about it. Which is really cool, though. Like, I kind of like that. It's actually... I'm just going to be honest. The things that I've always... I don't know if this is like very hipster of me, but the stuff that I gravitate towards are stuff that people don't really know about, or that's not really as popular, you know? Ape Escape is one of those. Even though Ape Escape did very well for the PlayStation, a lot of people don't even know what that is. You know, it's like a popular, non-popular game, and it has soundtracks just like this right here. This actually sounds like my second favorite song of Ape Escape, which is Snowy Mammoth. You know, it's got that like drum and bass thing and the melodies. So I feel like if you stumbled upon this game, it immediately was like, whoa, what is this? This is really cool. And I think that's just something that you have to appreciate. You know, it's not all about like the big fancy games here. This requester has submitted big fancy games, but I could just tell that they're a fan of video game music. And then at the end of the day, that's kind of all that matters to me. You know, so I hope none of that sounded, you know, it's just, you know how the internet is. It's like, oh, someone on camera is saying something, so like let's scrutinize it. I'm just being honest, you know. I kind of want that to be true, so I can even praise it more. Yeah, wasn't Hollow Knight like that? Just a couple people, a couple friends, and then some monster of a game now. I don't know. Either way, video games are video games. Music is music. Video game music is video game music. And that's really cool. It reminded me of high school, and it reminded me of one of my favorite soundtracks, which is Ape Escape. So it reminded me of two amazing songs, Casper and Rusko's Rock Bottom and Ape Escape's Snowy Mammoth, which is my second favorite song from that game. Let me know if you've heard of Selaco or Selaco, and if you're going to check it out now because of this. I'm always interested to know about that. Oh, I see the little Aces thing at the under where it says lockdown. There's like a little her organization or whatever. Anyways, thank you, Darden, and keep sending more obscure random stuff. Again, the channel is Selaco, Selaco. Thanks to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. See you later.